welcome back to another episode of the Artist Loft. Man, we got another good one for y'all today. I got a young brother, man, who's a really talented artist, a really great singer. I had the opportunity to shoot a music video for this young brother, man. It was interesting to say the least, but I think it turned out pretty dope. But y'all, I'm bringing on is none other than JaQuan Da Singer.
What's happening? What's happening with you? What's happening?
Man, nothing much, man, nothing much. I appreciate you coming on.
Anytime,
Uh,
anytime.
just so we could talk for a minute, man, chop it up for a little bit.
What's up?
So look, man, real quick, go ahead and tell the people, man, who you are, what you do, and all that good stuff.
My name is JaQuan Da Singer. I am an artist. I'm also an actor, model, whatever you want to call it. I'm everything above, um, everything in above. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's it. That's it. Nothing crazy.
Okay, okay. So, we had the opportunity to work together, and like I say, man, you're a real talented brother. So before
Appreciate
we
you.
get into what you're doing now, how did you get started into this? Like, how old were you? What got you into it?
It was really just, it was really just, every day I think about it, and I think it was really God, to be honest. It was always in me, but it just took the right push. And as I got older, I want to say high school, that's when everything, really started to dawn on me. I was like, I really need to take this more serious because, I do see myself being up there, up there with the A-listers,
Right.
in other words. So, but long story short, I want to say I did my first. I think it was my first single with one of my homies from my hometown. Shout out to him. And he got me in the studio. He was like, "Yeah, come on, we need to get you in the studio right now." I was like, "What?" You know what I'm saying? I was at the crib. I was just chilling that day. He was like, "Hey, yo, Will, what you doing?" I was like, "Man, I'm chilling right now." He's like, "Bro, I need you in the studio right now." I was like, "Studio?" He's like, "Come on, I need you to record this song for me right now." He said, "Come on, I got it." So when I went in, I was like, it's cool. All the vibes is cool. And he was like, "All right." He played me the beat. I was like, "Okay, yeah, okay." And this is my very first time ever getting into the studio, so I was a little nervous because I didn't want to
Right.
mess up.
Right.
But as I got the hang of it, it started to really catch up on me. So I really had to um, really learn my sound for the most part. My sound was the main thing that I really needed to uh, uphold on. So
Mm.
once I found my sound and my niche, that's when I was excited. I was like, all right, so now I know what I need to do. So I don't ever want to be boxed in as just a R&B or just this type of artist. So I'm really
Mhm.
just trying to learn every sound. So yeah.
Okay. How long ago was that? What year was that?
Ooh, that was oh man. I was about 7 years ago, maybe. It's been a
Okay.
while. It's been a while.
Well, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. I know a lot of artists. You, I've talked to a few other ones, and they kind of have the same story.
Hmm.
Um, but it sounds like with you, it was a little bit different. Um, Almost like you said, somebody had to drag you in it. Like it wasn't. You get a lot of artists, man. That yeah. I was singing in my mama's womb. I was ready to go as soon as I was born. And for everybody, it wasn't like that. And thank God somebody gave you that push, though.
Yeah, it was. Well, the only reason he did give me the push was, he heard me sing before because I,
Uh
I took uh I took a course and he was
huh.
in course class with me. He was like, "Oh, I know you can sing." I was like, "Yeah, I always could sing. I could always sing since I was a little boy."
Right.
My mom, it was really my mom that really, she was up on me. My mom was like, we gotta do something with this. So, shout out to my mom. She really inspired me and really pushed me, gave me that fire. just that little lighter, just that,
Right. Right.
and then the rest was just history. So now as I just keep growing as an artist, I just want to become better and be better.
Yeah, definitely. So I ask everybody that comes on the show the same question.
Okay.
So when you hear the word art, what does that mean to you?
Creativity. Um, just something that is not. It could be ordinary to the plain eyes, but to someone that really enjoys it and really
Hmm.
sees the passion and pleasure into it,
Right.
they'll see more than just scribble. They can
Right.
really turn it into something. So that's what I see in art.
Yeah. We all kind of have the same kind of idea when it comes to art, creativity,
Hmm.
expression. I
Hmm.
definitely feel like it's always been about communication. You know what I'm saying? When
100%.
when back in the day when we couldn't convey our feelings, we rapped or we danced or we did
Hmm.
something to try to convey those feelings, and art kind of gave us that outlet um to do that. Now, do you write your own material too?
Oh yes, 100%. I had to now, to be honest, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had to learn.
Yeah.
So when I say I had to learn, what I realized is whenever you're writing, you really have to dig deep in your soul to just in particularly just that, uh let's say, like, just it I don't, how can I explain it? It's just, dang, I'm trying to come up with a good solution for it. All right, well, let's say I have this type beat or this song is more so catering towards loving and caring, and then the next song is throwing some money up, getting some money. So
Right.
you have to really know how to transition into each song
Right.
if they
I
want
got
you to write a fast paced, slow, you know. But it took me some time to really learn, and I had to really grasp and get a hold of just, all right, catch on to the beat, and after that, everything was history.
I feel you. So do you normally write to the music, or do you write and then make the music based off of what you've written?
Man, that's a good question. I guess in that moment, if I'm feeling kind of if I'm feeling kind of down for the most part, like I said, depending on which sound it is, or or how it's speaking to me,
Right.
then that's when I know I can really pin it.
Okay.
For the most part.
I just know back in the day, way, way back in the day when I used to rap, it
Hmm.
was always for me, it was, I had to get the music first.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I could write something. But it's like that now, even writing scripts for films that I do.
Hmm.
It's like I can hear some music or something and then develop a story around that music.
Right. Right.
On you know what I'm saying? On whatever
Right.
whatever that music made me feel, I can develop a story around it. Like I did a short film with my son a few years ago
Hmm.
called Thugs Cry. And it was based off of a song that I heard from a guy I was just on YouTube, and I don't even know how this remember how oh yes I do. I was actually looking at videos that were made with the camera that I had at the time.
Hmm.
Came across this artist who had a song called Thugs Cry. And
Okay.
like just listening to that song gave me a whole concept for a short film. And so I had reached out to the artist, asked him could I do it, could I use the song and all that good stuff. And it turned out really well. But that was the first one um that I really wrote where there was actually dialogue.
Hmm.
and I can remember it wasn't that hard because of the music. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
just the music itself kind of sparked me to be able to write the script. And I
Right.
know a lot of artists that I've talked to, it goes both ways. Some of them say they just write and then just kind of
Go with the
when they
flow.
finally get music, kind of develop the song from there. And then other people say, a producer will give them a beat, and then they'll just kind of write to that, depending on how that beat made them feel.
Hmm.
Like I've listened to some of your other stuff, like on Instagram that you've done, and there is a broad spectrum of the type of music, right? You have
Right.
the mushy love song, you know
Right.
what I'm saying, and then you have what we shot the video for.
Right.
That's a lot more raunchy. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
it's 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 that broad spectrum. But bro, let me tell you something, and I gotta say this,
Right.
dude. That was one of the hardest videos I've ever shot in my, in my life. It
What?
it was fun and it turned out great.
Right.
But
Right.
man, it was like I wasn't ready for that.
Right.
Like I wasn't ready when you and the dancer came out. Like I wasn't ready. Like,
Hey, but you know what? I respect that because you really adjust to it. He was like, all right, let's go ahead, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Let's go ahead and knock it out. Do
Look,
this. All right, yeah.
like
Oh, good
once I
stuff.
mean I'm there, you know what I'm saying? Let's just get to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's just get it done. And but yeah, it turned out really great, man. And I think what I tried to do and what I normally try to do visually for anybody I work with is I want them, if the music wasn't playing, right? If the song was on mute, I want them to be able to look at the visuals and kind of tell what that person is talking about,
Right.
right? Like
Right.
that's my goal as a filmmaker, as a videographer, to be able to tell the story. Even with that song, people might listen to the lyrics and think it's raunchy and it's all of that, but it's still a story. Like it's
Right.
literally still a story. It's this person's how this person's night went. You know what I'm saying? And
Basically,
telling
yeah.
that story, telling that story, regardless of what happened that night. You know what I'm saying? It's still a story.
Right.
And we've been
Right.
doing that, but artists have been doing that. It's nothing new. It was the same thing with gangster rap. When gangster rap came out, those guys were telling their stories. The
Hmm.
fact that it was violent and and kind of out there shocked people, but that was just their reality.
Facts.
And so I think when we look at especially music, um, on how it can actually take a person from one place to the other, just looking for it. Music calms. It can either calm you, it can get you mad. It can, you know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
can get you to want to make a baby.
Yeah.
It can
Music.
do, you know what I'm saying? It can
Yeah.
do
It's powerful. It's
right,
powerful.
right. And I think just listening to the songs that I heard from you, I think you tapped into that pretty well to be able to give people that mix of emotion. For instance, R. Kelly was a genius at it,
Right.
right? R.
Right.
Kelly, you never knew what you was gonna get. You fool around and might get some gospel, have you praising God. Then you're gonna fool around and get some no nasty stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Then you're gonna get that old mushy lovey dovey. I mean, that mix though, when you listen to an album, and I think that's what's lacking with a lot of people nowadays,
Right. Right.
is that variety. We only get one thing when we listen to a lot of people's albums.
Right.
So after the first two songs, it's like, what else is there?
It's kind of so. In other words, people want like a mixture of kind of everything. Try to switch it up just a little bit
I think you have to as an artist. I think
as an artist. Yeah. Right.
I
Right.
think I think you have to you've got to tap into all those emotions and all those feelings.
Right.
Like I don't all the time I'm not in a lovey-dovey mood. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I might want to turn up a little bit.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if you only giving me one, or sometimes I don't want to turn up. I want to lay back a little bit. And I think what's happening now, especially with social media and YouTube and Spotify, people's albums, their whole album isn't complete. They got one or two songs, but the album as a whole just what I think one of my favorite people now who I do like is Rod Wave, right?
Hmm.
But to be honest, all the songs are kind of the same. They sound good, but it's almost all the same thing that he's saying, that he's talking about. And that can get boring after a while. You listen to it because it sounds good, but after it doesn't do anything for you emotionally. And I think that's what music has to do. And that's what makes for a good artist. And I think you tapped into that just from what I've heard. So definitely big ups on that. Um, where did where did you get your influences from? Like what artists kind of influence you to sing?
Oh wow. I would definitely want to give a big ups and my flowers to definitely Usher, Chris Brown, Tank, Michael Jackson, 100%. Uh, some Marvin Gaye, a little bit of Marvin Gaye. Uh, they really, you know, gave me that push
Right.
that that I know that I can definitely do it. So I really want to get my flowers to Breezy and Usher and Tank. I really want to get my flowers to them. So big ups, big ups.
Yeah, those three guys really um I've been an Usher fan. Um I do like some of Chris Brown stuff. And Tank is another one who I think has a good sound,
Hmm.
but for me, I think Tank is a little one-sided. Um, like that, I don't get that variety with Tank for real. And
You're right, right.
at
I
least for
agree.
me,
Right,
that's what I'm looking for. Like for real. Like back in the day when we were still rocking CDs and stuff, you had to buy the whole CD.
right,
So if the CD had 15 songs on it, at least 10 of them got to be rocking so I can pop the CD in and just let it play. I don't want to be switching CDs because you only got two songs that's really dope, and then I got to go to somebody. So I came up in that era.
right,
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
right,
So when I listen to music, I'm really listening for that variety that can take me through those range of emotions and really put it out there. That song that we did, Can I Get That? Like that was, like I say, that was raunchy,
right.
that was out there, but at the same time, it was it's
It's
what
different.
we as dudes, that's what we look for.
Right,
That was like the perfect night.
right,
Like if you ask a dude what would his perfect night be with a woman, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. And so it's cool though. The fact that you just said it in the lyrics, whatever, we all think it.
so
You
you
know what
might
I'm
as well
saying?
bring it to life at this point, right?
No, I mean it's and I think and that type of music and that type of variety, I think has a place. Um, I think if we tell stories and we first of all have talent, that's the
That's
that's the first thing.
right, right.
A lot of folk out here right now ain't got they making a little money, but talent wise, I, you know
Yeah.
it's, it's up in the air with some of these cats, and um, to actually hear somebody that can actually sing though
Right,
is it went away for a minute and it's slowly coming back.
right, right.
For a while we were just we were struggling musically, man. Like it was. it was almost a lost cause.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
you slowly had the talent coming back, where it wasn't just a gimmick all the time. You actually had people that could just grab a microphone and sing
right,
live. You know what I'm saying? And it
right.
actually sound like something. Wasn't no bunch of auto tune in it. And I'm not against auto tune, but when your whole album is you singing auto tune, I got to question whether or not your talent level. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So, and now I think we're getting back to singers and people who actually have talent, who actually have an ear, who can write and actually write something that means something. I think we're getting back to that, man. And I think your generation is going to be that generation to really to kick out that nonsense and to bring back just the talent.
right.
Um, even when it comes to hip hop music and all of that, like we were lost for a minute. Like we were. I'm sorry, like some of these folks, man. I, okay, I'll leave that alone. I don't want nobody mad. I'll leave that alone. I'll reserve my opinions for later. But so when I hear good music, though, you know that's it gives me a good feeling that we returning to that. I mean, what do you? I mean, what is your perspective or your view on the musical landscape right now? Like, where do you think it's at? You think it's coming back? You think what do you think?
I think we have a lot of talented individuals. Definitely a lot of talented independent artists that I've heard so far. They are top tier, and I'm talking about rappers, singers, definitely singers. That's coming out that probably are already, starting to get their name out there. But from what I've heard, they sound amazing. So I believe the comeback is coming hard, and it's gonna be amazing. So I'm just happy to witness it. Very
Right,
happy.
right. So what do you think the plan is to get these people known, to get their names out there, to get them into the forefront on the radio stations, blowing up on
Um,
YouTube and Spotify?
I would say definitely promote you because a lot of times, performance wise, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, yeah, you can do shows. Do what you got to do to get, just to get your performance level up.
Right.
But when it comes to numbers, people want to see your numbers because it's a
Uh-huh.
numbers game. From what I've heard, it's a numbers game, and just by people seeing like I'm about to make up some numbers. Let's say you got a million Spotify monthly listeners, and your music video got about 100,000 views or whatever the case may be. But just your presence alone online
Hmm.
was set a stone. And
Right.
I think that's like the main key factor in today's age. Because I mean, if you think about it, people are mainly on their phones, and
Right.
whenever
Yeah.
they see it, it's like, oh wow, who is this? And that's so just promote, push yourself out there. It's possible, trust me.
And that's what makes it harder for us as videographers is that when we shooting these music videos, we only got 3 to 5 seconds to catch somebody's attention
Right,
with the
right,
visual part. Because if you don't catch their attention in that amount of time, they're gonna swipe over to the next one or click off of it.
right,
So, and from what I see, a lot of artists aren't putting that effort into the visual,
right, and yeah,
and
yeah,
and they think that just because they can sing or they
right,
can rap that that's enough. But nobody's gonna listen to you if I don't catch their attention quickly.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Like I've got to make them want to stay on there long enough to hear you sing. You know what I'm saying? So
You right. You telling the
if
truth.
if 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 I don't do that, then I've failed. And unfortunately, with the accessibility of cameras now and things of that nature, like every camera is good. So anybody can go buy a camera and shoot a music video, but they don't understand the artistry behind it.
Hmm.
And they don't understand that numbers game like you was talking about.
Hmm.
Um, so they grab it, they go shoot a music video for their friend. Their friend is dope, but they wonder why the video don't have no views. Like this same person has, like you say, 1 million plays on Spotify with the same song,
Hmm.
but on YouTube they don't have any views. Well, that's because the people on YouTube didn't stay to listen to the song because you didn't capture their attention.
Hmm.
And so this is where artists have to work together. That's why um like I did with your video, I did something that I normally don't do and I went into it blind, right?
Right.
Like I hadn't talked to anybody too much about the concept and I just knew. I think, y'all told me the theme, the D'Angelo theme, and that was pretty much it. So I just kind of, okay, this is how we're gonna have to light this. This is how we're gonna have to set this up, you know, to make it work. But other than that, normally I'll talk with the artist 2 or 3 times before we shoot a video
Right.
because I'm trying to get into their mind of what exactly they're thinking.
Right.
Because I'm gonna take what you're thinking, and then I'm gonna put my 2 cent with it, and then we're gonna come up with something dope. It's just that with your video, honestly, first of all, I was excited to be at Studio Space Shoot. That was the
Yeah.
that was that was
That-
for me. I hadn't I had never shot in a a real production studio.
right.
So for me that was exciting. And listening to the song, knowing and how I was gonna light it and all that kind of stuff, it was so it was interesting. But that is kind of scary because again,
Right.
I've got to do you justice. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't have you out here looking like a fool.
Right.
And with us had never talked before, I had talked to your manager, and that's see, managers are okay. Okay. like like when you're dealing with artists, a lot of times you have to deal with managers. But I like to talk to the artists themselves
Right.
because they wrote the song, they're performing the song. So my thing is I need to get in their head because only thing you conveyed what you wanted to your manager, he conveyed it to me.
Right.
I like to go straight to the source.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I see. I feel you saying.
You know what I'm saying? It's not
Right.
cutting the manager out. It's just that if I'm gonna make this look the way you want it to look, then I need to talk to you.
Right.
Because I have seen in some cases where managers kind of throw in their own little what they think will look good.
Hmm.
But if the artist ain't feeling that, then it's gonna you're gonna see it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? You're gonna see it in their body language, just how they look, because they really don't want to do that.
Right.
So that's why sometimes I can be the middleman. I can go
Right.
to the artist, find out what the artist want, then go to the manager and be like, hey, he really ain't feeling that. He thinking more about this. Well, let's go ahead and shoot this and let's see how it look.
Right.
These artists ain't doing that, bro. Let me tell you something. I watched some stuff, talented people, talented
Hmm.
singers,
Hmm.
but they videos suck. And and I'm not knocking any other videographer. They just didn't communicate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They
It plays a big role. Right.
I can't shoot everything that I think will look good. It's your video. It's what you got to perform.
Right.
So I may have a whole different concept, but at the end of the day, it's your video.
Right.
And so if I just go and I shoot something and I don't take into consideration what you want, the final product is going to be garbage.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, I think you got a lot of young artists. Like I say, they didn't grab their homeboy. They didn't went and spent, they didn't went and spent a couple $1,000s on a camera, and
Yo,
boom,
yeah.
I'm gonna shoot my own videos now. Well, no, there's a little bit to this,
Hmm.
and there's a learning curve to everything. Like I couldn't just grab a microphone and get on stage and perform a song.
Takes time.
I think I've done it before, but that was close to 30 years ago. So I can't take your spot. I couldn't get up in front of 1,000, 2,000 people and perform a song and not look like a fool. So I can't expect you to be able to grab a camera
And
and,
yeah,
and you know what I'm saying? And in this day and age, and I know you probably feel this too, it's cluttered.
hmm,
And sometimes it's hard for you to get past the clutter.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like even with you promoting the single, you know you got a dope song, you got a dope video, and you still
But
watching other people get more views with stuff that ain't as good. And let's be honest, we listen to some stuff even from people that we know, and it's like, uh, that ain't hitting on nothing.
that's
But
true.
they getting the views and they getting the plays.
I think it's mainly it's. I feel like what a lot of artists, definitely a lot of independent artists, it's all about marketing. How do you want to market yourself? And depending on how you market yourself is will depend on how they will push you as an artist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of times, a lot of independent artists don't really sit down and have discussions like, okay, so what is my marketable look? What can I? How can I? And what can I? They don't ask those type of questions.
Right.
So for the
Again,
most part, yeah.
communication.
Hmm.
It's
That's
all
right.
about how the artists are communicating with their managers and with their team as a whole, on
Hmm.
how they want to look and how they want to put themselves out there.
Right.
And like you said, if the marketing is trash, then it don't matter your talent at all. Like,
Facts.
nobody's gonna hear it. We
That's
don't care
facts.
how good you can sing if we don't hear you singing. So
That's
it's,
true.
you know
That is definitely true.
it's
That's true.
like, so it's like, I mean, and unfortunately, I live. At least I know here in Birmingham. There are a lot of really good artists who don't know how to promote and don't know how to market, and so they have talent, but we don't know it for real, and that's just kind of the way it's going. Oh, did I lose your audio again?
Hello. Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry.
You all right? You good? That's better now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's
All
what's up. So we're back. Had some technical difficulties. That happens. It is what it is. We back though. Um, so let me ask you a question, and
right. Okay.
and I don't know if you are feeling it. I know I've talked to some other videographers and creators, and all of us were kind of feeling um, a burnout, right? Of just
Oh,
creating and just constantly doing this. Do you, as a singer, have you felt that before, to where just the monotony of singing and recording and traveling. And do you get burnout on that?
100%. 100%. I do. I do. I can't lie. I do. Uh, Not only that, but just working out and just that plays a part in it too. So I definitely get burned out. Writing music, you're constantly on the go, like you said. So it really does tire you out. So you really have to take time to really uh, soak everything in. So then once it's time to get back, you can come back stronger.
Right. So do you have any other hobbies or anything that you do to kind of take you away from that for a minute?
Um, I actually the gym is one of them. I definitely love going to the gym. Uh, Anime. I watch anime. Any anime lovers out there, I love anime. I watch anime to kind of clear my mind and just I don't know that I think that's it for the most part, and then just pray. That's it. I
Right.
pray and yeah, that's it. Just to really soothe my mind. That's all I do.
Yeah. I know some guys they do gaming um when they're, in the not creating videos. Me, I'm either taking pictures like I still take pictures using film.
Hmm.
So the film cameras make me have to slow down because I
Right.
can't just snap a bunch of pictures and then look at them and delete the ones I don't like. Like I got a roll of film with 36 exposures on it, and this one roll cost me $20. It's gonna cost me another $20 to get it developed. So
Hmm.
I've got to take my time and take these pictures, and so that slows me down. And I paint. My my
Okay.
fiance
Okay.
is a
Okay.
painter, and she got me into to painting. So the painting is really relaxing.
Okay.
And I found out when I get into these creative ruts, because there's sometimes when I just can't I can't get creative, right? Like I'm trying to build my YouTube channel and trying to create content for that. It's not always necessarily I don't know what I want to shoot. I just don't want to do it.
Right.
Like and just honest. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's purely procrastination. I just don't do it. And sometimes if I paint, the painting gets me back in the mood to do the other creative.
Right.
And so I found that helps me because I feel you. Like we get burnt out, man. And I'm doing client work and then I'm trying to do my own passion projects and do content for the channel. And a guy that I interviewed the other day, Mills, he uses the term creating freely.
Right.
Like, do we have the ability to create freely? And most of us don't. Like we're
Right.
creating either for a client or like you got to go to the gym because you got to stay in shape to maintain this image
It's a
and
lot.
right, you know what I'm saying?
So I mean, I need to get back in the game. As I used to be a big gamer, but then I don't
Really?
know what happened. I just stopped. I used to be a big gamer, but I stopped and just I'm about to get back into it though. After all these games I've just seen come out, I might have to get back into it. But yeah,
No,
that's a whole nother story.
you probably got to try it, man. Something to just
Yeah,
help take your mind out. It for me it helps me creatively.
right,
Like I can take time out and go take some pictures or paint, and that would still allow me to um, write a script
right.
for a short film that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, get grab your headphones, grab your partners, and grab, you know what I'm saying, and go play Fortnite or
Right.
something. You know what I'm saying? It'll probably help you relax, man, and be able to
Yeah,
spark that creativity.
yeah.
But yo, Um, I appreciate you chopping it up with me, man. This is for me also. This podcast is it does a lot for me. For one, it is content for my channel.
Right.
But the second thing is with this podcast, I can do this and it's a way for me to talk to other artists and other creatives. And I'm not worried about trying to catch the algorithm or the views or the it's just we get a chance to just chop it up
You're right.
and
You're
talk
right.
about some of the struggles and talk about, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we need sometimes to just
Clear our
talk.
minds. Yeah, you're right.
Just talk. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? We ain't, one reason that I find it so hard to create content for the channel is I'm worried about, okay, if I say this, are they not gonna watch? Or if it don't look this way, am I not gonna get the views and all this? And so it becomes so much that I just don't do it.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? So
You're
it's
right.
so I didn't psyched myself out of actually creating the content because I'm so worried. Like this week my fiance had surgery, so I've been with her the whole week. But I
Right.
told myself this week I was gonna vlog every day. JaQuan, I have not
Mm.
done not one vlog, brother. It is Sunday, brother. Dude,
It's been hard.
I'm actually dropping a video tomorrow though talking about it, and you'll see it. I
Okay.
picked up
Okay.
my camera. I picked up my camera one time, talked. All right, I'm a vlog today. Didn't pick it up again. The next day I picked it up. All right, I didn't vlog yesterday, but I'm a vlog today. Didn't pick it up again. Next thing I know was Sunday, and I hadn't vlogged. I'm telling you, man, it is.
It's a mind thing, man. It's mentally, it's like you want to do it, but you're like, dog, I'm mentally tired. You have to give your mind a break so it can, refresh, come back stronger. Because if not, you're like, man, I don't feel like doing
Dude,
nothing now. I gotta
let me
relax.
I could admit when it comes to this stuff, I am probably the biggest procrastinator you know. I've got a list of videos for me to create in my phone. I told myself beginning of 2023, this is going to be the year. I'm going to drop a video every week. This is going to be it. And I started off strong. I, the first 2 months, I was good.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I have my equipment set up and I'll sit down and just don't feel like doing it. And I'll come up with another concept and I got to go out someplace and shoot some B-roll or something. I don't
Mm-hmm.
do it. I went for like 2 to 3 weeks and I never touched my camera. And that is a long time for me.
That's
Of
a long
not
time. That's
touching the
almost a
camera.
month.
Dude, I didn't feel like I just didn't I wasn't feeling it. I didn't want to make no videos. People was I had a couple people call me, wanted me to do some stuff for them. I didn't want to do that. Like it's like, yo, I don't want to.
You just want
Especially I just wanted to do nothing. Just
to.
do absolutely nothing. And somebody will call me about a music video and they'll have this crazy concept, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't even want to shoot that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Right.
no, go holler at this cat. He'll do it. I don't want to do it. It's
It's like, oh, that's okay.
dude. I'm telling you, man. It's rough. I'm behind in edits right now. I got edits to finish.
It's a
I
lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. I think with you, you just, I would say, just take it one step at a time. You don't want to try to do too much because if you think about it too much, because I'm like that. If you think about it too much, you start overthinking it, and then you start overthinking. You're like, oh man, your mind just get tired. You like, oh, freak.
dude,
I don't
I'm
know.
telling you, I don't, I don't. And once I get to that point, I'll shut it down. And I, like, dude. I won't. I like, yo, don't call me for nothing. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I ain't doing it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But then I
Yeah,
think about, I got other people to think about.
right.
This is a business. So most of the time I'm gonna push my way through it. But it gets hard, man. And
Yeah,
I think I created the podcast for the reason of just for artists to be able to let all that out. Because a lot of
right,
times, because you can't say it a lot of times in some forms.
right,
And so I wanted this to be that place where you can say it, like, yo, I'm tired.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes that's all it is. I'm just tired. It ain't no big deep thing going on. The universe ain't out of line and all that old other stuff. It's I'm just tired.
Yeah,
And I've discovered, man, talking to people that they just wore out.
yeah,
And sometimes, you need to just stop. And like I'm challenging myself at some point this year, me and my fiance gonna take a trip and I'm gonna go somewhere and I'm not gonna bring not one camera. Not one. And that's gonna be hard for me because again, I'm a creator. So
right.
every time I do something, it's an
You
opportunity
carry
to
it with you.
create. So I got my I got two or three cameras with me, and we're gonna create, but I'm gonna try. I ain't gonna say it's gonna happen now, but I'm gonna try to take a trip and not bring a camera. If I want to take a picture or I want to film something, the only thing I'm gonna have is my phone.
Okay.
Like I'm
Okay.
not bringing no microphones. I ain't bringing none of that, and that's gonna be a stretch. That's gonna be hard. Like that's because I know what I'm gonna do. Like, all right, babe, I just grab this one, just this one little camera.
Just that one little
You
camera.
know?
And the smallest one, but you like, I need it. I need it.
Right. But I'm gonna try not to do that, man, and just allow myself to not create. Like I literally made a video saying it's okay to not create,
Hmm.
but I'm the worst about following my own advice because it's hard for me to be okay not creating. If I'm not creating, I feel like I should be creating something.
Create something. Right. That's hard, man. That's how I be, man. I'm like, man, I don't know. I gotta do something.
Right. I gotta write a song. I gotta do something. I gotta get something out
Hmm.
here. And that's the way I get. So when I leave the house and I'm just out someplace, it's like, man, I should have had my camera. I could have been vlogging this, or I could have shot this, or took some pictures of this or something. When
Hmm.
I just went to the grocery store, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you don't have to have your camera to go buy some milk. You know what I'm saying? Like, go buy the milk and come home. It's okay. It's rough, brother. It's rough, but we gonna make it, man. We gotta keep pushing. We don't got no
You
choice.
gotta,
We
you
started this
gotta.
thing,
I'm about to say we don't start it. We gotta keep going now. Ain't no stopping.
so
Ain't no
I'm
stopping.
I gotta fight my procrastination demon and make some of this content I got laid out. And for me, I know I gotta not concentrate so much on the views and all of that, and just get
Yeah,
it made.
yeah.
And just,
That's how it be sometimes, man. That's how I am. I look at the views. I'm like, man, I gotta do better.
right.
I gotta do
But
better.
but you know what? Eh, I mean, we can't change that.
Right.
We put this stuff out for people to see.
Hmm.
So when people ain't seeing it or they're not listening to it, it's like, all right, I need to do something different. So they hit, you know what I'm saying? And
You're right.
I mean, that's just the nature of what we do as creators and as artists. I mean, I hear people all the time say they don't care, whether people watch it. Then why you put it out there
You got right.
if you
That makes
don't
no
care?
sense. Right.
If it don't matter, if you don't care, then why you putting it out? That's
Why
that's
even do
that's
it?
that's not true. I understand what you're saying, but that's not true.
Hmm.
'Cause I used to have that attitude. YouTube for me was only a place where I could send my clients to see my work. So
Right.
at first I was like, well, I don't care as long as my clients see it or whatever. Well, I looked one day and I had over 2,000 subscribers. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. Who are these people? And I found out a lot of them came from, I did a video for a guy here who has a pretty good following. And most of those people came from him uh, watching my channel. But
Okay.
so I said, okay, well, maybe I can use this. But I told myself, man, I ain't gonna get caught up in the numbers and all of that. You know, I'm gonna do it because I enjoy it.
Right.
Bro, I'll be on my phone checking the analytics in Instagram and YouTube, like, okay, they didn't watch this. All right, they liked this video, but they didn't
But
like.
they didn't like right.
I'll drop a video and 10 minutes later, I'm on my phone checking to see how many people watched it. And 5 minutes after that, I'm checking again. So it is what it is, man. I think we all just got to get to the point to where we putting this content out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the same
Right.
thing I said to the other homies I was talking to. We just got to do it. I
Right.
mean, there's no magic formula. There's none of that. We just have to do it.
Right.
And that's it. Well, bro, I appreciate you coming on, man, taking your time out. Go ahead and tell the people, man, where they can check out the single, where they can listen to your music, your social media, all that good stuff.
Y'all can check out the single on Spotify, JaQuan Da Singer, YouTube, JaQuan Da Singer, Apple, Apple, iTunes, JaQuan Da Singer. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at JaQuan Da Singer. He might have it at below. If not, I'm letting you guys know it's JaQuan Da Singer. So, you guys just hit me up if y'all need anything, any dope beats that y'all have, y'all send it to me. Any artists that want to tap in with me, man, y'all tap in with me. I'm free to do whatever y'all want. Let's go. Let's get it.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yo, we definitely got to work again, man.
100%,
You know what
100%.
I'm saying? When you get another song together, holler at me. Let's see if we can get something done. And it'll help me break the procrastination demon. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It'll help me out with that. So hopefully we'll get a chance to work together, man. But listen, y'all make sure y'all go check out, man. Check out his music. Dude is dope for real. Listen, if you're watching this and you in this field and you're an artist, let's stop procrastinating. Let's get the work done and let's just make it happen. All right. So y'all be easy. I will see y'all in the next video. All right. Peace out.
Love. See y'all.